Guys, hello guys, and welcome back to another one. This is the wee Mazda Touring Car Championship that we have been doing. Harry has taken pole position for this one. You get an extra 3 points for pole position, 4 points for the fast lap in the race, and then your ordinary scoring points. This is actually round 3 of the Mazdas. As I'm making these videos, I've just realised I've accidentally deleted round 2 at Goodwood, although I can tell you that round 2 was totally dominated by ourselves. We set pole position, we won the race and had the fast lap. We were able to come in, we pulled that much of a lead and dominated so much we were able to come in and do a pit stop and set a fast lap in the last couple of laps. So this is round 3. Lovely flowing track, this one, although extremely difficult to pass. Just how the track flows, there's nowhere to go. You just get squeezed up against the wall and you lose a wee bit of your run. But we shall endeavour to try and put that pressure on Harry as best we can, as Harry had set pole position. We're not too worried about Harry in the championship. I think Harry missed. Harry didn't turn up to Goodwood. We're not sure what happened to him, but we definitely want to beat him on the track here. He was clearly in qualifying. Qualifying was very close, but Harry was 2 or 3 tenths. Everyone else was very close. I'm not sure if he nailed a lap with slipstream or what, but he definitely seemed to have a couple of tenths on all the rest of us. We're just hoping that we can hang on to the slipstream with Harry and perhaps take advantage at a later point in the race, as he does play on a controller, so suffers with more tyre wear than ourselves. As you'll see in this race, we'll have a check and show you the difference. He says right before commentating the whole way through the race and never talking about it again. Let's hope the brain doesn't forget that. We're trying to make a move. We're showing a nose. Have we got a nose? Yeah, we do have a nose. And we'll get ourselves up into the lead. And there's a top 4 at the moment. Still clinging on to the lead. Harry having an incident. I think his controller has went dead and he's had to plug it in and drop him back to 4th. But we'll keep an eye on Harry. In fact, let's go on Harry and see what's going on, as he's dropped back to 4th, the place to be at the moment, and he's got the headlights are flashing. He's trying to create some sort of space. Nothing to be had at the moment, and is that space now? It's 1 down, it's 2 for the price of 1 for Harry, and he's back up into 2nd position. And again, the replay providing some beautiful views. We shall go for a skip while we can, guys, when the move, or if a move happens, we shall watch it. But she's a big 25 lapper. We'll not keep yous for the full race. We'll try to pick the best moments out as we get. Oh my goodness, we'll go back and watch that again. Let's watch it from the outside view, and then we'll watch it from my view. Harry making a move. Oh dear. And then back and on board with myself. Oh, just not getting slowed down enough. And JJ coming through and getting 2 for the price of 1, and would just about manage to cling on to that slipstream. But we've got Mr. Cancooch all over us now, and Mr. Norris is also there in the background, as Jake. Jake hasn't disappeared anywhere just yet either, and Harry going for the move around the outside, and Mr. Balding. How's their drive? And the battle rages on. Harry takes the lead, and we're getting a run on JJ. And it's back there as you were at the start. JJ is still right behind us on board with himself, and Mr. Cooch right behind him. Starting to drop off just slightly on behind. He is still in the slipstream, but as is Jake, and Mr. Brummy is the unfortunate one who's out of the slipstream now. But we'll have ourselves a top 6. And you can see Sinan Cooch, or Sinan Cock, or whatever, Mr. Cooch we like to call you. You can see a bit of lag here and there from him. Which does affect us all in different ways. I usually get pretty lucky with lag. If anything, I end up, I feel bad, I feel guilty, because my method of dealing with lag is we're trying to make a move on Harry, but he defends it well, and he gets back over to defend that inside. My method of dealing with laggy people, especially when it's really bad and they're all over the track, the way Mr. Cooch is to pretend he's not there. Now a lot of the time whenever I'm doing that, I end up pushing someone off the track because I hit them or bump into them or something. But yeah, that's how I drive with people that are lagging all over the place, because you lose so much time when you try to be clean, because one minute you think you've passed them and then they're in front of you again and behind you and in front of you. You're not quite sure what is going on. So it's best for me and my race just to pretend that there's no car there, because it seems to allow you to drive through them and all a lot of the times. and I just hope that on their screen I don't pull off a big dirty manoeuvre. But you can see Harry is starting to stretch it ever so slightly. We'll have a skip and we'll see if we get any closer, get anything going. Mr. Cancooch on the arse now, all over us. You'll see from our screen we mistime the break-ins and go out a wee bit wide and get squeezed and lose a wee bit of pace. But again, we're clinging into that slipstream maybe. On with the skip. As we make our way back up to Mr. Cooch, and as I say, we just try to drive. You've no idea when they're going to glitch, and there's a small glitch there, but we don't lift off. We're hoping now we just have better drive on them and we can kind of spread ourselves away from the glitching. And on with the skip we shall go. We do. Harry had set a fast lap at this point of the race as well. Luckily on this lap, or perhaps it's on the next lap, it'll not be this lap, but on this lap here, Mr. Cooch, we have helped Mr. Cooch steal the fast lap of the race, which he sets on this lap. So let's stay on board with him. He's got a nice slipstream of ourselves, and we must have nailed quite a good lap here. He's sitting looking pretty. He's 3/10 up on the fast lap at the moment, as Harry is threatening to break that slipstream. We're not losing all hope though. We're still thinking he's on the controller. We're going to be slightly faster at the end of the race if we can stay within 3 seconds of him. We could hopefully work our way back into that slipstream. And hopefully it will tell us he's still 3/10 up for the fast lap. And what was that fast lap in this race? It was a 26.090. Well done, sir. Back on board with ourselves and on with the skip to see if we could somehow work our way back up and make some sort of race out of this. And we did indeed. We baited our time and we snuck back up into that slipstream, as that was a tail ender who decided to go in for a pit stop and get out of our way. Thank you very much. Good driving, sir. Did that for that one. And we'll stay on board now. 10 laps to go, but we're back in the battle. I think we had opened up a slight gap. We had dropped the others, so it was down to 2. But it only takes 2 to have a good race, especially on this wee track. As I say, very, very hard to get any kind of moves done. But we would poke and we would prod and we would ask the question, was there somewhere to get past? Where we're thinking, oh, hang around the outside. No, we're on the brakes early. We're thinking more of a cut back, but nothing to be had at the moment. Harry driving well. We narrow circuit and pretty easy to park yourself on the apexes here and stop the momentum of the guy behind you, and also pretty easy just to come over or to stick to the middle. It's not even like you're blocking terribly. You're blocking a wee bit, but it's definitely, it's legal for sure to drive in the middle of the track and keep an eye on the guy behind, and then just move over slightly and try and affect his run or something. But you see, we kept trying, we never give up. But he was defending it very good every time. We're trying to see if he changes his mind and leaves the inside open, but again he doesn't. We hope for a run out of it, but again he gets back over to the inside, and round the outside we'll have to go. And he's hot favourite as soon as we're in this position. He's in control of it, and again no run for us to be had, nowhere for us to go. You can see he got a poor drive out of there, but nowhere to go. Just have to nudge him on, regroup, and hope that some sort of gap or a small mistake opens up anywhere and you're close enough to take advantage of it. And again, with no hurries on the controller, so we're still feeling at this point in the race, if we're threatening to make moves now, surely by the end of the race he's going to be at his slowest on the last lap, sliding at his most on the last lap. What about this lap? Would there be anything to be had? Again, we're looking for a nose to the inside of him, which was never really going to come. He's in full control of it yet again. Come up, praise open, any kind of move. Small chance of winning this last corner. We'll keep him offline, hopefully get better drive on him on the exit of it. What about throwing a wild one up the inside here? No thoughts of it just yet. That's a better drive. But again, nowhere to go. And we certainly weren't getting enough drive to get any good side by side action going there. Lap 19 of 25. And there, we shall now check the tyres. You can see our tyres compared to Harry's. You can't see a visible difference in the tyre wear. And again he comes over and just no run to be had. Is that a nose to the inside? No, it was almost. But could have been possibly a bit more aggressive there and made an aggressive front stick. One opportunity passed, and on we'll go. Have we got a run? No run to be had. What about now? Again, there's just nowhere to go on this wee track. Very, very hard to pass. Although it flows really, really nice. It has a lovely flow to it. I really enjoy it. Again, he sends us to the outside, as he should do. And I felt like that's where he was struggling at the most, in that wee section there. And this corner, we felt like we were getting better drive out of this corner than him. But when we got onto the straights, we didn't feel like we were getting enough of a run, and he protected that inside. 20 laps at the moment, and we've got him offline. Is there anything to be had? A bit of a cutback here on him. Again, even when you do get more drive in this section, you need a wee bit of luck, a wee bit of space to open up in order for that extra momentum to work out for you. Can we get anything on this lap? We've got a good run, we've got some good side to side action going here, but he still has favourite with a nose to the inside, and there's just nothing we can do really. Again, he's got the right line. And you just lose your momentum with any kind of contact with the walls. And again, we shall skip until the run appears once again. Lap 22. And we get ourselves right back up on him again, waiting for any kind of mistake. You see, more momentum here, but trying to make use of that extra momentum around that corner is virtually non-existent. You kind of need to get in front to understeer out wide, and you to nail the corner, and you can get to sneak up the inside. But Harry parking it just where he needs to. This whole race at the moment, how devastating would it be? He had a small incident where his controller must have run done, but he's been the man out front for most of this one. It would be devastating for him if we were to steal it off him with only 2 laps to go here at the end of this one. And we'd already told him on the mic, he wasn't on the mic but he listens to the stream, we'd already told him that if an aggressive one, if it had to be an aggressive one now, it had to be done. We tried all nicey ones the whole race, but at this stage of the race, again unlucky there. We had lovely drive on him. That was another possibility. If we had just had a bit more luck, we could have made the move there. And again we get more drive, but there's just nowhere to go. There's nothing that we can do with that drive. You can see we've opened up a pretty big gap with Mr. Coach. JJ in 4th and Jake in 5th. Mr. Gunman turned up this one as well. Nice to see you again, Mr. Gunman. It's been a while from we've seen you. And we get the job done there. We have the pass. The pass is done, but we had guilt. We had guilt because of that wee nudge that we've given Harry on the way into this one. Just a wee slight nudge that has created that opportunity for us, and then the guilt kicked in, and we didn't take that stuff. We handed it back in the hope that on the last lap there would be one more opportunity. We race as nice as we can, but when it comes to the last lap, if we feel like we can get something done, we always risk it. Now we may risk it, and then it turns out that we mistimed it, and we've done a big dirty one. But you have to risk it. If you do a dirty one, you can always apologise and hand that spot back. But on the last lap, you definitely have to risk that stuff. Can we get one more run on you, Harry? He's defended perfectly this whole race. Need to make sure we hit our apex here, and we do. We're in with a chance. We're close enough. He better protect that inside, because there'll be a lunge for sure. Again, going for more of the cut back, but he parks it lovely on the apex. We don't get a run. What about here? He's been struggling here with his drive out of it, and again we've just nowhere to go. But we're close enough. We're close. With 2 corners to go. And if you don't risk that stuff, or at least ask the question, we'll show him a nose and we'll brake late. And again, we're still close enough for that last corner. A wild, crazy attempt. Oh, he almost left the space open there. If he had left that space open and we got side to side with him, would have took that win. But he came over. Well done, Harry. Good race, sir. And that was round 3.